Hi, I'm Dr. Tim Weir, and I gotta tell you, I love life. But when I'm not being a husband, a father, a grandfather, an author, or a practicing chiropractor, I'm the host of the television show Loving Life with Dr. Tim Weir. I love to cook. I love to travel. I like to spend time with people who do what they love and love what they do. Join me and Elvis for the next 30 minutes as we help you discover how to love life. Well, we're in Chapel Hill at Busy Bee Apiaries.
Yes.
And I'm with Laura. Laura, we're talking about bees here. Mm-hmm. And they create something we all love.
Honey.
Honey.
Yes.
How much does the average bee make?
One bee during her entire life cycle, which is 45 days, will make 1/12 of a teaspoon. Yes.
And that's just a little bit even for us.
And she will visit 2 million flowers to make that 1/12 of a teaspoon.
And you thought you were overworked. I don't want to hear any more from you.
Of course, they are women.
Let's go over here. I was just looking at. Do you notice how she had to get that in, don't you? That's okay.
If you see a bee out working, it's a woman. It's true.
That is amazing, though.
Yes.
1/12 of a teaspoon.
1/12 of a teaspoon.
So, why would I want to eat honey when I can have sugar?
Well, first of all, honey is a more natural product. It makes the glucose, which is it's made of glucose and fructose. Glucose is what your brain needs. It's brain food. Your body doesn't have to switch it out or to convert it through your liver. So it's automatically goes straight to your brain. It's also stored in your muscles. So whenever you have too much of it, or you have it so that it'll convert from your muscles to your brain when you're fasting, which is at night. So you should eat a teaspoon of honey. Seriously, you should eat a teaspoon of honey at night.
Before you go to bed.
Yeah, to keep your muscles from breaking down during the fast overnight.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And with honey, you just take it from the hive and put it in a jar.
Straight from the hive to the jar. It's raw. It also has the trace nutrients, B6, the B6 complex vitamins. It has copper, it has riboflavin, it has zinc, all the trace nutrients, the trace metals that we need are in it. So you're getting more of what your body actually needs.
Still doesn't mean you should eat a whole lot of it, but no. It's a great sweetener.
Because it's sweet, and it's twice as sweet as regular sugar. But under normal circumstances, honey actually will help to regulate diabetes. It will help to keep it more even, your blood sugar more even.
Sure.
So you're not having those extreme highs and extreme lows with the blood sugar.
So you're going to go back in the office, and we're going to go and talk to Jack about how the bees actually produce. Is that right?
Yes.
Bees are a simple insect that has a very complex unity within the hive as far as the way it participates, interact with each other, and what they do to survive. And what we do, we take all the queens out of our cell coolers, so they're queenless. And we load them up with what we call nurse bees, which is a young bee that's between 3 and 10 days old, 3 and 12 days old, so it's young. Its principal duty in the hive at that age is house cleaning and wax building. They build a lot of wax, and they do the feeding of the larvae, the young newly hatched larvae. So by loading them up with young nurse bees, there's no queen in there, so there's no queen's pheromone within the hive. They know they don't have a mother or queen. So they're frantically looking for an egg or a larva the right age that they can develop into a queen, and there's none in there. We make sure there's none in there.
Wow.
So we leave them like that for 8-10 hours. Then what we do a graft. We go in and we selectively pull out with a grafting tool the larva that has just hatched, that's normally between 6 and 12 hours old. We put it in a little cup, which I'll show you a little cup. It's a little plastic cup. We put them on a bar. We usually run 15 to the bar. We put normally 45 to a frame, and we will introduce that frame with those bars of grafted larvae to one of these cell pullers. And they're so frantically looking for a larva the right age to make a queen, they'll make queens out of all of them.
That's amazing.
And so once you learn how to do that, and you've got everything down pat with it, you get very successful because we get $22 a piece for it.
Wow.
And if you can run 1,000 a week, that's serious money.
Yeah. So these are hives,
Yes.
and this is what Jack was pulling up.
Yes.
Can the average person just have these in their house?
They can do it.
Not in the house.
In the backyard.
Yeah.
Actually, there are people in Raleigh that have them in their house. Seriously, they do. They don't have children, and so they have one of their windows that is specially made for the bees to fly in and out, and they actually have their hives in their house. They do.
No, I don't understand that, because are they enclosed or something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they'll have these
In some
the
kind of a
bedroom.
case.
in the bedroom. No, just like that.
What's the big story about downtown Raleigh?
Wow, this is a big story. We are actually in process right now. We have the bees ordered, and we're going to foster the bees until sometime in the middle of April. But we are beginning an urban beekeeping in the city of Raleigh. So we will have bees on top of the high rises that are in Raleigh. We're really excited about bringing agriculture to the urban setting, and there will actually be Raleigh city honey.
You heard it here first.
You did.
Thank you for being with us.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. We're with Pam Falk here at Carolina Tiger Rescue. Pam, this is absolutely fabulous what you're doing.
Thank you.
Now you have tigers.
Tigers, lions, leopards, cougars, ocelots, and several other animals, yes.
Now, and people need to understand this is not a zoo, this is an actual rescue place.
Right, that's right, there's a difference. At a zoo, their goals are a little bit different. At a wildlife sanctuary, we're here strictly to rescue and to educate the public. And a legitimate wildlife sanctuary does not breed, does not allow public contact with the animals and those kinds of things. And so we are a true wildlife sanctuary here.
So people contact you from other zoos that can't take care of the animals or whatever it may be, and even private people?
Private people who want to relinquish animals. It can be some of the smaller, more private zoos that maybe they're closing down, they've run out of money, or the animals are being confiscated by the authorities. Occasionally we have animals that were just abandoned.
Wow.
We have 2 tigers that as cubs were found on the side of the road down near Charlotte, North Carolina. They were just on the road and someone had just dropped them off. He's playing with his tire.
It's amazing. So can we go around and see what else you've got around here?
We can.
Let's go.
Sure. Hey boys, how are we doing today? There's Elvis. Our line is, we'll let it go until we're having trouble spotting him, and then we'll go in and take the vegetation down and start all over again. So as much as possible, we try to make their life normal for them. They can't go anywhere else. Zoos don't want them because we don't know their genetic history. Therefore, they can't enter a breeding program. They also are not in the business of taking in animals that have many times physical things wrong with them, like Elvis, or or emotional or mental problems. That's not their business. And we take these animals and we'll keep them for life. They live the rest of their lives with us. They cannot be released to the wild because they've been raised around humans. They would not survive in the wild.
I think it's important for you to understand. You look at some of these animals and you think, boy, I'd like to have one of those in my home. People do that, don't they?
People do that, and that's where many of these animals come from.
Just go to the darn zoo and look at these things.
Yes, because people don't understand. You can't tame them.
Right.
They're wild animals. Think about your house cat. Your
I have a
house
child like
cat
that.
has been domesticated for thousands of years, and they will still grab your leg. They'll still bite you after thousands of years.
Yeah.
So why would you think you could take a tiger who's been in captivity for a couple of generations? What do you think's going to happen when they grab you like that?
Right.
Or they bite you? So people just don't get it. You can train them and you can socialize them. You cannot tame them. Their instinct will override everything.
Oh, sure.
Hello. Hello. How are you this morning, buddy? They moved your platform. Whew. And as they get older, they're going to start having arthritis problems. They're also lower in the front than they are in the back, which is not characteristic of tigers. Sometimes we get them in too, and they've been declawed, and that is just terrible for them as they age.
Oh, yeah.
It would be like us walking on our wrists all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And as they get older, it becomes quite painful if you don't do surgery. Hey, Fenimore, this is an unexpected treat. Most of the animals, they do come with a name, and depending on the name, we may change it. Like, we don't allow cutesy names like Tigger. Okay, so, white tigers, very beautiful, aren't they? They are deliberately created by us through inbreeding. And so, it's a terrible industry that results in countless cubs having to be destroyed because they're not show quality white tigers. He is not a show quality white tiger. Do you see the orange in his ruff?
Yeah.
He's not good enough.
Wow.
And so all of those animals, if they can't find a sanctuary to take them, they're destroyed. We have a set of core values now that would not permit us to take him because we're not going to aid and enable breeders to continue to do this. And if they have somewhere to dump the animals, that just helps them.
Sure.
And our core values is that these animals should not be pets, they shouldn't be used for entertainment, and they shouldn't be bred outside of a species survival plan.
So, I think it's important for people to understand, because people are always looking for something. Mm-hmm. Find a need and fill it. Mm-hmm. And you've done exactly that here.
Yep, we have. We have a lot of help. We have over 150 volunteers.
Did you hear that?
Help us run this place.
So people can come and volunteer.
They can.
People can make donations.
Yes. Our website is carolinatigerrescue.org, and we receive no government support, no United Way support, no grants. It's all people who keep these animals happy, and we want to keep them happy.
So on your way to Asheboro, on the way to the zoo, you've got to stop by this place. It'll change your life.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Hey, I'm always looking for fun places for you to go and for you to take your kids. And we're actually at the Museum of Life and Science here in Durham, North Carolina. And we're actually in the place where all the butterflies live and all the insects live. And I'm actually here with a friend, and we're going to be, we're actually going to be with Dr. Yuli Hartman, and we're here going to have a good time. Is that okay? Dr. Hartman, thank you for letting us be here.
Our pleasure. You have a little guy here already.
What is this?
This is a leaf insect from Malaysia. Totally harmless, so it won't eat your fingers, but is amazingly adapted to looking like our brambles
it's unbelievable.
that we feed them on.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So in the insectarium, we've got all kinds of stuff,
Yes.
all kinds of insects that people can actually come and just view.
They can view them and they can touch them. We always get a few out for our guests whenever we have a chance.
Oh, that's neat.
And to either tease them or play with them.
Yeah.
Whatever we can do. But most of these insects are tropical. We have a few local ones, like we have our beehive, that is a variety we have here, but it's for the most part tropical, means bigger insect,
Well, you aren't just kidding.
scarier insect.
Well, let's take a look around and see what's in here.
The world's largest
Wow.
tarantula species. It's going to be even larger than what it is now.
Really?
And we don't play with her, so I won't give her into your hand
Well,
today.
thank you. Appreciate it.
For your health, I think it wouldn't
Yeah.
be so good. She can bite, like all of our tarantulas can bite, but she has never been played with.
Yeah.
We have a few in the back that you can play with. And,
So is that poisonous? Quite poisonous to the human?
We wouldn't try it out. I
You
don't
don't-
think
you don't
it-
wanna feel good.
It will probably be more painful than knocking you completely down on the floor and you need hospital stays.
Now, what are these?
It's a relative of what you're carrying there. It's another form of stick insect. They camouflage. They look like sticks as babies. Now at this size, of course, they're obviously a little bigger.
Yeah.
The group is called phasmids. Phasmids are all plant eaters.
Hey.
And sometimes they rear up to look dangerous, but they can't do anything to it.
Now, she's kind of pulled up the tail like almost like a scorpion looking like thing. isn't it?
Probably defense mechanism
Yeah.
to freak us out. And with kids and most adults as well, it works.
Yeah.
You can try it on
You
some
don't
people.
scare us.
So if you want to, we just put this on you as well.
You know, it really matches my clothes really quite
looks
well. Don't you
great.
think? I just don't want to fight here between these two. Hey, Doc, I think you got cockroaches in the place. I just didn't want to say it out
Oh
loud.
no, what a mess. Yes, we have roaches here too. We have actually 3 different types. These are from Madagascar. They're hissing roaches. And again, is one of the things we can play with and tease our school groups, particularly the older children, to scream.
That's a good thing to do.
Yes. Now this is a rhino beetle. Comes also from East Asia. Lives in the woods there. This is a male. And it lives about 3 to 6 months when we get him as adults. Has a life cycle, of course, of over 2 years as a little grub underground. And it's totally harmless. These are just like antlers on a deer. This one is the horn that can move and then it can pinch.
But these two can't come together and pinch
No,
you.
these can come together, so I'll stay away from
Yeah.
touching the wrong way, and you can shake hands with them too.
Look at him. He's reaching out.
Yeah. And they can fly.
Wow.
So if it all of a sudden flies into somebody,
Yeah.
oops, hard to get them back. That's all there is to it.
Okay, so we've seen a lot of insects.
Let's see the
Let's
butterflies.
go see the butterflies.
We have about 800-900 butterflies at any time flying in here. 5,000 square feet tropical rainforest with cacao, chocolate grows on trees, and coffee plants, a bunch of other plants that are commercially used. Here, of course, they're all meant to feed our butterflies, which feed on floral nectar for the most part, and then some of them would like to have some fruit as well. Fruit juices, rottings, old fruit, bananas when they're mashed.
Wow.
They might like that. So that's what we have here every day, year round. Nice 80 degrees, always pretty in the summer because it's cooler than outside.
Yeah.
But now in the winter particularly, people come in to
little
warm
bit
up
warmer.
from our outdoor park. We have farms all around the world, using 6 of them, in Malaysia, in the Philippines, in Ecuador, in Costa Rica, and Africa. And they send us each about 15, 20, 30 species, depending on their production of their particular species. So
Now-
at any time, you should see about 30 to 40, 50 species flying around here.
So let's say one comes out, turns into a butterfly. How long is their lifespan usually?
The adult butterfly, unfortunately, only lives, give or take, of 2 weeks. Some can live several months, particularly those long wings that you see flying around here. They eat also a little bit of pollen. It means they have a much richer diet. So they could live a month to 3 months. But on average, for the tropical butterflies, it's just 2 weeks. Butterfly house opened in '99. And hopefully we'll keep it
gorgeous.
open another many years.
Yeah. It's a great place for families to come. All right, so if you're looking for a good place to come, right here in the Triangle in Durham, just Get online, look it up, get your directions, and then get over here. Bring your family with you. You're gonna have a good time. Thanks for letting us be here.
You're welcome. Glad to have you.
Make sure you don't have any butterflies on you. Right, don't change the channel. Talking to you, little butterfly. We'll be right back. Spend some time on my website. That's drtimweir.com. It's just there's some information on there. It leads you to other places. It talks about my clinic a little bit and all that kind of stuff. We're also on Twitter. We're on Instagram. Go on Facebook, Loving Life with Dr. Weir. Look us up there. Get involved with your life. Get going. Get passionate once again. I'm telling you, life is too short not to be passionate about it. Listen, you got to blow the lid off this thing. You only get one chance. I don't want to die, all nice and beautiful. I want to die all beat up and scraped up. I just want to have a good time doing what I'm doing. And I hope you'll do that too. And until next week, keep loving life. I'll see you next week.
Actually, I've never been stung.
Really?
Okay, never.
Grab some bees, quick. Thank you for letting us be here.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm so glad. Even with all my trash on the front of my shirt. I'm serious. I am not kidding you. I'm very serious.
You know, I was born at night, but not last night.
I promise you, they are their children.
I guess I'm gonna have to give away my elephant.
Yes, I guess you will. Smelling something.
It's Old Spice. Okay, we're making an exception. I want that one.
Okay.
Let go. Let go of the shirt.